For most people, everything in their lives is false. We grow up being surrounded by well-intentioned adults that tattoo our brains with their old and outdated mentality. We are guided towards destinations that others choose for us, and we blindly accept this because we trust that the mature figures around us know better. We reach a certain age where we start to put into practice everything that we've been taught, and so we proudly enter into the 9-to-5 elite, who works to pay the bills and who lives for the weekends. Unaware of our capabilities, we pursue the cycle of working almost 50 years for somebody else, building someone else's dream. We become so detached from ourselves that we ignore any sign that our system might give us, as something is not right. We lie ourselves at the end of each day that we've done enough at work, and in the evening we deserve to get a taste of the comfortable lies that media has prepared for us. We open our ears and eyes to superficial entertainment, and we ignore the real struggle that some people are going through in the world. We consciously choose to live a life dictated by the flashy and shining advertisements, and so we buy into their consumerism scenarios. We stack our fridges with so much food that we don't make enough time to cook, and at the end of the week we throw most of it out. We are wasting huge amounts of food that so many on this planet would be thankful for. We've grown so attached to the collective mindset that we're afraid and embarrassed to go against its senseless norms. Why should I start reducing waste and recycle my garbage if others aren't doing it? Why should I focus more on ways of preventing pollution if others are not doing it? Your example matters, and you can start to dictate new and healthier trends. Ignorance has reached such high rates that most people are living in their bubbles of limited and square perspectives on the world surrounding them. Have we become so narrow-minded that we are not able to see what is really happening on the planet? Have we become so self-entitled that we take our lives for granted? When did we become so ignorant? Just take a step back and look around you. While you're crying for more likes and hearts on social media, children are crying for food and water. While you're sick and tired of the cold weather, people in Australia are struggling with disastrous bushfires. While you're blaming life, others would wish to have more life to live. We've been instilled with fear from the early stages of our childhood, and this carried on into our adult life. We're frightened at the thought that maybe the truth we've been served is not that true after all. We are scared of the unknown truth, so we decide to keep living the lies which we even end up defending as the permanent truth of life. We don't want to be finger-pointed by others if we try to do things differently, so we bow down to society's elites that use us to fulfill their superficial and maniacal goals. We refuse to open our mind to the possibility that maybe there's something else outside this narrow box of preconceptions and beliefs that we're living in right now. Every move we make is directed by the hands of greedy puppeteers who only want to gain control of the masses. Just look at how politics are made. Just look at the games they're playing with our lives and how we consciously accept them. In the end, we're the ones that vote for them. Politicians have understood that with instilling fear comes control, and this is what they're using in their campaigns. And what do? We're peacefully falling asleep as they're telling us their false stories with fictitious enemies, terrorists, and viruses. We pride ourselves as modern humans who live in modern times, yet we're still not able to accept different ideas and mindsets. We judge everything that's not aligned with our view, completely rejecting the possibility that diversity is a positive thing. We act as if everything we're living right now will last forever. We postpone calling our parents or friends to tell them how we truly feel, as if they're going to be near the phone ready to answer our call at all times. Life is limited, and it lasts more or less for each of us. Nobody gets a notice when this life will end, so stop postponing. Look at all of us, complaining about back and neck pains. Most of us spend so much time looking down at our devices that we completely ignore what we're actually doing to our body. We're so busy being social online that we forget how to talk to a real person, face to face. We fill our heads with unreal stories about what happiness should look like, about what a fulfilled life means, and we're on a constant hunt for others' approval through a like or a good comment. Why can we be smart about our smart devices? Why aren't we using this incredible tool to spread useful and healing information throughout the world? Why are we letting technology use us instead of us using it? There's so much going on in our environment that we choose to ignore. Nature's balance has shifted so much in the past few years, and we're the only ones to blame for this. We focus so much of our attention on building and developing technologies that we forget to take care of this humble yet important servant, which is our nature. We take so much from it, but we seem to never give anything in return. Look at all the deforestations we've done. Large areas of forests are cut down to make enough space for the urban tentacles to spread. We're not only killing vegetation that's important for removing carbon dioxide from the air, but we're also supporting greenhouse gas emissions. Deforestation is the second leading cause of climate change. We've polluted so much of our planet's lakes, rivers, seas, and oceans, and we're so amazed when media shows us how some people are struggling with murky, smelly tap water. Did you know that there are people who have to use contaminated water for their daily lives? In 2018, the Environmental Working Group showed that some 14 million Americans are using contaminated water with a cancer-causing industrial solvent. Did things change? No, they didn't. Why are we not seeing this? Have we become so self-centered that nothing around us matters anymore? What are we teaching our children? To satisfy their needs without paying attention to what effects their actions can have on the surroundings? We need to open our eyes and act before things degrade even more. It doesn't matter what we've done so far, either good or bad. We can now start from scratch. There is always something that can be done to restore the balance. We can change the world, even though one step at a time. It's not politics or media that will make the change. It's us, the people. Little by little, we can create new trends to show those that choose not to see that the planet needs our help. We can start small, because every step we take in the direction of caring more about the impact of our actions can lead to bigger changes. We need to take full responsibility for everything that we do in our lives. We can't keep waiting for others to make a change. We have to act now. At this very moment, we could be anywhere in the world sitting and thinking about ourselves. We could be watching TV from our comfortable couch, while also looking down at our smartphones to see how many people have liked our posts. We could be complaining that our internet is too slow, or that new episodes from our favorite soap opera are not on Netflix yet. We could be doing anything that makes more or less sense for our life. But what are we doing for others? We take and take and take from life, but what are we giving back? We take amazing photos of a green and blissful spot of nature in our trips, and we proudly share it on Instagram. But are we doing something to keep it green and blissful for others to see as well? We like to talk about the good deeds that we're doing on holidays for kids that need help, but what are we doing for them in the other months of the year? Their lives will not change with just one present. So what is the legacy we'll leave behind for our kids? There is so much that we can do to leave behind a clean and beautiful world for our descendants. So many people before us have done amazing things for our current comfort, like inventing the wheel, electricity, airplanes, the light bulb, and so many other things that we seem to take for granted nowadays. People have worked hard to make them happen, so why not do our part of the work as well? Why not create something now, so that those who come after us will have something to be proud of? Why not remain in history as the generation that made a world a better place?